This is things you might ought to know for Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. I am Jake Payne, trying to fight the rabbit holes that have been jumping through this morning because it's been all sort of distractions. But this is a video for you about you guys and things that you want, things you might ought to know for this day to get your day started off with a very refreshing look at some interesting things, or maybe middle of the day because you might not be watching this live as we broadcast this bright and early 6:04 in the morning Central Time here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Today we start off as always on things you might to know. We have the birthdays, we have the history lesson, we have the fun things to celebrate, and as we've been celebrating all week long, bringing back to the one more thing you might ought to know, one story, one interesting fact that might get your day started and may win you a bet sometime. Let's start off with birthdays, celebrating that young guy right there, that fine young man, Mr. Joe Biden. Joe Biden is turning 82 years old on the day, and within weeks, days, he will no longer be the longest president living. But within a few years, the current president, if he lives that long, will now be the oldest president living. It was ironic that Donald Trump, or I should say Joe Biden, was the oldest man running for president by leaps and bounds just a few months ago. And then when he dropped out, it instantly went to the other guy running for president, the other old guy. Joe Biden had a nice run, if you will, not being really respected very well at the end of this term here, but your mileage may vary on how he should actually earn that respect, or should he get that respect. We're not going political here, but we're going to acknowledge the big birthday for Joe Biden, turning 82 years on the day. Also big birthdays for Ming-Na Wen, who is 61 years old, and Joe McHale, turning 53 years old on today. Birthday trio, happy birthday wishes to those trio of folks for this Wednesday Day. Also on this day, probably not quite a Wednesday, but back in the day, still November the 20th, going back in history, starting out in 1982, where Drew Barrymore became the first 7-year-old to host Saturday Night Live. Now, if you followed her actual career to her time now, you know that she was a very famous, maybe you say infamous child star. Not quite sure if you can say her breakout role was in E.T., but most people got to see her there going forward. And then she did a lot of kiddie stuff going forward. But some of the kiddie stuff just sort of masked some of the more adult stuff, many addictions and issues as a young woman, as a teen going forward. She's now just a bubbly, cute old person who maybe get a little too close to people on her talk show. But we love Drew Barrymore anyway. And this is the time when she was the first, it says first 7-year-old. I'm not sure how many other 7-year-olds, and not sure many people younger than that age actually hosted Saturday Night Live, but we'll see. Macaulay Culkin hosted it after he did Home Alone. So I don't think he was, I'm sure he was in his teens or tweens when that happened, though. Let's jump ahead to 85. Microsoft Windows 1.0 was released. 1985 is Windows came to be something in the world. Now, as I say often when I talk about, oddly enough, computer history and Windows stuff, I taught a class on and some seminars on Windows versus Mac stuff in the day. Microsoft Windows was essentially the thing that launched the careers of people like Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, but essentially launched the careers for many using the PCs, as PCs took these over as the mainstay of a main operating system, more or less forced, if you will, if you follow the stories. The real one that took place that really jumped off to folks was Windows 3.11, which came out somewhere when I was in college in the early 90s. And that essentially became the standard bearer going forward. From there, the 95, and then all the stuff we have going forward in the back and forth between Windows and the Mac OSs. Now they all basically look the same. And in 2017, Atlanta's Georgia Dome, once the world's largest covered stadium, destroyed in a controlled implosion to build a brand new stadium, which is bigger, I believe. Our beautiful day to celebrate a beautiful day. I'm giving you a moment to get that earworm that is the YouTube song in your head. It's a beautiful day. So now that that's there, let's go with what beautiful day is. This is an actual, not quite holiday, but it's one of those made up days of the month that it gives you something to celebrate. Today celebrates beauty. Beauty surrounds us all. It's in music, it's in pictures, flowers, the people we live with, and just all around. You can find beauty in some of the smallest and most mundane things, or some of the largest things out there to just strike you as something that's great. Things you walk past the street, biggest landmarks on earth, all have some sense of beauty. And today, all beauty is celebrated. It's unclear who created this day and how it got to be on these calendars, but hey, today, the 20th of November, is the day for beauty. It's a beautiful day, a day to celebrate beauty, and to get earworms in your head. So if that's not the earworm you want, try Hold Me, Throw Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2. That one will really give you a headache. But stick with Beautiful Day. Or maybe Stuck in a Moment. That's a good one as well. Go way, way back to something from Octoon Baby, maybe, one. U2. As long as you have a YouTube earworm in your head today, I think my mission has been accomplished. Oh, and one more thing. We all have those days when we're feeling down. Life isn't going our way and we want to feel better about ourselves. The solution, well, if you're a Facebook user, this study out of the State University of Ohio, Ohio State University, if you will, suggests looking up friends who are complaining about their problems. Because researchers have participants look up fake profiles on a fake social network, and these profiles had successful people and unsuccessful people. People doing good, people not so good. People who were in a bad mood in the experiment spent more time reading profiles of unsuccessful people who got themselves feeling bad, looked at bad people's stuff on the Facebook or the fake Facebook. Research explained why. If you need a self-esteem boost, you're going to look to other people's worse off than you to help you feel better. You're probably not going to be looking at people who are doing better than you to help you feel better. They've got a new job, they just got married, life is great for them. That makes you feel less than. So looking for people who are struggling and watching them struggle, ironically or evilly, will make you feel better and your problems seem not so bad when other people's problems are out there in the open. Yeah. Today's sponsor is AppSumo. AppSumo has Black Friday deals this week. So you want to get in on some great deals for great software and tools to help your business and freelancing jobs. They have them with an extra 10% off the deals in the current drop for Black Friday. Another drop coming in next week, another fresh batch of stories, fresh batch of tools, fresh batch of websites to get into. But you're already saving a lot of money anyway. The extra money is awesome, but you're already saving a bunch of money right now because AppSumo is offering you deals that will save you for a lifetime. You will literally pay some amount of money that isn't a lot of money to start off with, and you'll have access to these tools, these websites, these apps for their entire lives, maybe for your entire life if they go that long. I still have many tools that I use very often that I've bought from AppSumo who I've been buying for since fairly early in their inception. I missed out on things like Evernote, some of the big deal, Big Daddy ones right there, but I still have plenty of them that I've used to this day that I paid once for, and they have changed names, they've changed plans, they've changed some of their offerings, but I still got locked into the bulk of what I asked for way back when, and it's something that saved me money and time and brain cells over time. Let AppSumo help you out as well and help us out with a small commission if you use our affiliate link. This is theconversationproject.com/AppSumo. This is theconversationproject.com/AppSumo. Gather these deals, gather them right now. Black Friday deals a week ahead and more coming next week for appsumo.com. If you're a freelancer or a small business person who's looking for a tool and that big expensive software package looks too daunting, AppSumo probably has something from another vendor who's trying to make some headway and do some competition with those guys. That's going to be just as good and save you lots of money in the process. So check them out at our affiliate link so we get a small commission back. This is theconversationproject.com/AppSumo. At this time, we'd like you to help us out. Like, share, and subscribe to the work you're seeing here at the Conversation Project. Like the videos you're seeing so that the Google juice, the algorithms, as they pop things up to folks, if they see more people liking it, more people engaged in it, better chances going out to other people's feeds so they can see it and maybe want to engage in it as well. If we're doing something that other people would like, share it directly with them. Hit share and let them know what it is we're doing, and maybe they'll like it as well. And if neither of you are subscribed to what we're doing, subscribe. Make sure you find us directly in your feeds, whether we're doing this in the live version. I'm doing this live. I produce these things live every weekday morning, or you're seeing it coming down later in the day when you're just surfing through your YouTube or your Facebook. We're there. We'll be there, but we won't show up, or at least not guaranteed to, unless you subscribe for better of that action. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of all the shows we have. Whether you're here onto our feed for more of the newsy stuff, what we provide for you most of the day, or you like this thing for things you might not to know, just a small palate cleanser in the day that will be the sludge that is news. We are glad that you are part of the family and are news nerd with us. Follow us on our feeds so you can get more from us, like we said. They're on Facebook, X, and Threads, so that you can get more of us and help engage in the news stories every day. Look for us for the news stuff every single day. And of course, email us at theconversationinbox@gmail.com and find more about us at our website. This is theconversationproject.com. That's it. We're done. I'm going to get out here and just bow out as gracefully as possible. Thank you for being a news nerd. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you again very soon.